Quick video today. I just wanted to kind of share this multi-instrument stand that I've put together and have been using the last few months. This is something I put a lot of thought into and spent a lot of time researching and finding the correct products that are going to work together, and most importantly also be really stable, because you're putting thousands of dollars worth of instruments on this thing. I'm someone who plays a lot of musicals, and I'm also in an acoustic group where I'm doubling oftentimes on like violin, guitar, mandolin. Sometimes there's ukulele and banjo thrown in there too. So this was an important thing for me to put together. It's all just one piece, so it folds up nicely and it'll fit in my car. I share it with a band member in the one group that I play with. When I'm doing a musical, it's often completely full. So this is just going to be a brief video running through exactly what I'm using, and also I want to mention a few changes you might make if you're someone that has slightly different needs than I do with this thing. So let's get into it. So the two main pieces the stand is made out of, the major one here is the Hercules dual guitar stand, which if you do some research online, you're going to come across some reviews that say it's just not sturdy if you only have one instrument in it. It needs to be balanced. That's not my experience. That's not what I've found, and I wouldn't be using it if it were not sturdy. I think maybe since those reviews have been published, they might have made some changes. So you take it out of your car. These two bits can fold up. You just open it up, and then the tripod section here just expands like a mic stand would. Finally, the bit that'll hold the body of the guitar, you just fold it out and it stays in place. The next piece here, and by the way, everything's going to be linked in the description if you want to read about it as I talk here. The next piece is a string swing holder. So in this case, it is made for one violin and one mandolin. The mandolin size will fit a ukulele well. The violin size also fits a ukulele, since that's kind of in between a mandolin. I would not use a violin on the mandolin side, and I would not use a mandolin on the violin side. Although you can kind of get by it, you know, that's not a risk you probably want to take with your instrument. So once you set it up, you just squeeze this little part and it comes up to height. And then, yeah, let's test the sturdiness, by the way. So maybe those people that made those reviews had a heavy Les Paul. Well, to be honest, this is a pretty heavy instrument, and this one's fine. It's working fine. I also wanted to mention that the Hercules stand comes with these little rubber pieces, which are made to make the neck holder just a little bit thicker on one of them if you wanted to. They're optional. I leave them on all the time because every now and then I get asked to play banjo. And so since the banjo has such a thinner neck, you know, it's only 4 strings up here, I leave those on just to make it a little bit more sturdy, holding the banjo a little bit more reliable. However, a normal acoustic guitar is going to work fine too. So here's just like a Martin 000 sized instrument. Fits in there fine with the banjo holders. And also, you might be wondering, a few people might be wondering, will it fit a classical guitar? Fits a classical guitar fine. The neck is a lot wider on a classical guitar than an ordinary guitar. So for violins here, I've got this is an NS Design NXT 5-string. So you'll notice there's no scroll, no pegs at the top. You actually string it backwards. This fits in there fine in the violin holder. Got a little slot to put a bow in there too. And then finally, this looks like a banjo. It's actually a ukulele. That fits great in the mandolin side. My mandolin's in the shop right now getting a new pickup, otherwise I'd show that. But so 3 instruments there. Pretty sturdy. It's not going to get blown over by wind or a drunk guy, you know, bumping into it by mistake. You might also notice this nice little landing area here. Sometimes I'll just use that to throw a few extra guitar picks or mandolin picks. I use different ones for different instruments. Sometimes I'll throw my slide there, and yeah. So this is what I use for musicals. It's what I use when I play with my acoustic group. Sometimes I'll bring it out if it's a larger band and, you know, everyone just kind of throws their instruments on it. It's just easy, it's reliable, it's really small to pack up and put away in your car too. For me, this thing just lives in my car. It's nice, it just takes one hand to carry it in. I don't have to carry multiple stands in. I have a guitar in my other hand and usually like a mandolin on my back, and that's it. Just one trip in and out of the venue. The string swing here, and by the way, they make all the clips that are holding my instruments up around the walls here. I wouldn't be trusting my PRS or anything with anything but that. The string swing right here, this I've often thought about putting a bolt in the neck. It's literally just held on with basically a wing nut and a long screw here that just keeps it tight by pressure. You could put, you know, drill through here and put a nut in there just to make sure it didn't fall down someday. It's very sturdy. It hasn't slid at all since I put it on. They do make different versions of this one, so you can get one like I have for a mandolin and a violin, or you could get one for 2 violins, or you could get one for 2 mandolins if you wanted to. It'll hold a bass too, but you'll probably just need to extend it a little bit higher than you would normally. Hercules also makes a single guitar stand and a triple one similar to this, though I think if you get the triple, you won't have room to put on the string swing edition that I did. So that is my multi-instrument stand. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. Again, you can check out all the products at the links in the description. My preferred retailer is Zounds, but you can find this stuff on Amazon, Sweetwater, all that stuff. Let me know if you have any specific questions about this that I didn't answer in the video, and especially as well if you have ideas of something you might add to this. Maybe that's going to be useful for me or someone else. So there's the short video. Take care. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.